morning. Just made our way over to the beach, just dragged the tinny up over the sand flats. Got an incoming tide, so yeah, gonna go on our little morning walk, and there's a bit of a creek up in the top corner of the bay. So I brought my little crab hook along. So yeah, we'll take that up with us and see if on this low tide might be hopefully a few muddies kicking around in there, either in the holes or might even just see them walking around, not too sure yet, but yeah, go suss it out. I was going to go have a look there at high tide anyway for a fish, so it'd be cool to go and suss sort of, you know, where the deep spots are, where it holds water on the low tides, because that's, you know, predominantly where the fish are going to be sitting. So yeah, go for a walk and go see what's around. Yeah, come over from the beach side, just coming down into the creek side now. It's pretty good. That's a good sign. It's an arm off a good muddy. That would be a good bark. So it's definitely a good sign. The banks are pretty sort of flat, which, I mean, in my past, oh hello, might be onto one here. That is a big crab. I don't know if you can see him. It's just right there. He's got his nipper sticking out. That's a nice one. Could have even been his other nipper. He's only got one, this guy. That one we just found. Oh, it should be pretty easy to get. After the 100,000 bloody roots I've got to get through. Marlo, come here. So normally I'd use the hook for muddies in holes. Usually just be able to pick this kind of one up, but it's pretty dead. Marlo, come. Hey. Back it up. There's even a leg there. Look at that. Whoa. Juggle. Holy, that is a big crab. Look at that. Only one nipper. He's pretty bunged up, but I mean, far out. That's a big crab. Strong too. Oh, that's already a bit of a success. Yeah, I wonder if this was... That could have been his other nipper, I reckon. He's had a fight with another one. Yeah, one down. I didn't even bring a bag or anything to bloody tie him up. It's going to be a little bit crazy, but I might try and use this the rope just found in the creek. Try and tie this crab up. So otherwise, it's a long way to carry him. Otherwise, exactly sort of what I need. So I didn't have a knife to cut this rope, so I'm just trying to chafe it off on this shell, so I can get one nice even length. That's one bit done. There we go. Should be long enough. I don't know if this bit of rope's going to be long enough. It's a pretty big crab. There we go, might be on here. One more for good luck. There we go. bit unprepared, but not bad using, I guess, what you can find. Can only do what you can do. But yeah, look at that. It's got that purple tinge to him. Usually they sort of, I find they seem to get that little bit of purple in them when they're living in these sort of really sandy creeks and whatnot. When they're up the back of sort of dark rivers, they get that real brown sort of tinge to him, but it's nice and full. Like, you can sort of push on that bit of the shell there, and if it stays stiff, you know, it's a nice full crab, and he's bloody heavy. So yeah, so I just started walking in, and I literally just got that crab there, and there's a huge big hole under one of these trees here, and I can actually see a muddy up in there. So I can't really hold on to this one, so I'm just gonna tie him to this little tree here, and hopefully he doesn't get too far. Just sit up in the hole there, just see his nipper, top edge of it. Beautiful little spot, this tree here. He's picked a good one. Try and set this up somewhere we can get a bit of a view of it. So just using that end of the hook. So I've sort of got the rope tied on that end, just for a bit of extra grip. And at least that way it sort of gives you a bit of an idea of where the hook's at, how you can twist it and whatnot. But this one should be easy, but he is still right at the front of his thing, so if he goes a bit deeper it might be a bit harder. Get him on the first go. Got him. Oh, that's sick. Nice crab. Look at that. I ended up hooking him out most of the way, and then sort of had his nippers sort of coming out the front of the hole, so sort of got a clear shot on him, so managed just to get a hold of them and managed to drag him out the rest of the way. But yeah, I'll get him out, go tie him up, and we'll have a look at him. Look at that. Beautiful crab. Probably not quite as big as the last one, but I'll tell you what, still some big nippers. Get the rope. Wait, stop. Here. Just say doing this with a puppy is not as easy as it looks. What's this? Crazy little bastard. Oh, back to untangling my rope. Right, let's try this again. we are. Beautiful. A little wash off. I'll tell you what, there must be a few around. Look at that. Another nipper. So yeah, 2 nice crabs. More than enough for us at the moment. So yeah, we'll head back out and cruise back to the tinny. Oh, tinny's sitting perfect. I think that tide's really not all that much at all. Well, I'm stoked. That was cool. Got 2 nice crabs. Got Marlo out for a walk. Yeah, so just gonna head back out to the boat now. I'll probably put those crabs in the freezer just to cool them down and put them to sleep. We'll deal with them later on, but yeah, might grab a rod and go for a fish, see what's around in the bay. Just got me my little tray, sort of just like a bit of an everything one. A couple small hard bodies, a couple little soft plastics. Yeah, that should do the trick for what we're chasing anyway. Just push back into this creek now that all the tides come up a bit more, and yeah, we're going to push our way up the back, have a little fish on the way up, and yeah, see what we find. So, still got a bit of incoming tide, but she's going to be a bit shallow getting up in there. A bit of a mission, but we'll see how we go. It's part A done. Been like so clear. Been seeing like black spot tusk fish and all sorts of weird stuff you normally wouldn't see in creeks. Get there, mate. There we go. Just set up on that face there. Yeah, wow. It's like all the handprints, and then they've sort of blown the ochre or whatever it is over the top of it. Negative or positive, I can't remember which one it is. managed to get up now. But yeah, it's the only ones really here. You can see all the handprints there. There's a bit of like a kangaroo next to it as well. Some old faded stuff up on the walls up here. Kangaroo. But yeah, everything else looks pretty well faded. But yeah, pretty cool. What a spot. Looking down into the creek. Bud, come here. Bugger. It's now one of those creeks that's like too clear. Water is too clear, fish are too smart. That's what it feels like anyway. Well, nothing on the rod, so yeah, been quiet that little creek. So you can see the jacks and stuff, but yeah, not biting. Just coming into this creek here, and there seems to be like a vertebrae of something. I've seen them like that before. It was off a humpback. It was a bit bigger than that, but sus. Wow. That is interesting. Yeah, I've seen them like that before, and it was off a humpback whale. But that's not really something they get a lot of up here, if at all, I thought. Big bone, mate. Pretty cool though. Alrighty, another day. We've moved up about 10 miles to the next bay over. And yeah, beautiful spot, but it's still a little bit windy, so I've just pulled the tinny up on the beach. And yeah, we're just gonna go for a little bit of a beach comb. There's a bit of a, I don't know, I guess you call it a creek or a stream that comes out onto the beach here. And it sort of seems like this is like a lot of stuff washing up here, so I don't know, go for a look. Have a little look up, just sort of follow the stream up a little bit, see what we can find, and yeah, see how we go. It's pretty creative. It's like an old homemade broom. See, they've like wrapped rubber around it. Very interesting. It's actually wild the amount of stuff you find on these beaches. I guess we're so close up to Indonesia and Papua New Guinea up here that, you know, we get a lot of stuff washing down and through, and yeah, like I've seen like rafts and you know, all sorts of floats and things like that that you find on the beach, and it's just like, yeah, it's amazing how much, you know, of their sort of, I guess you call it rubbish, ends up on our beaches. But I mean, there is obviously cool stuff in amongst it all, but yeah, can be a little bit of a shame sometimes seeing it all on these beautiful beaches. But it's sort of, I don't know, what do you do? It's a hard one. So this is pretty cool. We just come down into the creek over the back from the beach, and you can see this slide trail here, and sort of claw marks on either side. So dare say it's, well, it's a crocodile, probably, I don't know, metre, 1.5. It's not very big, like prints, but yeah, it's sort of like a, Marlo, come here. A little bit of a stream, probably a little bit of fresh mixed up in it, I guess. You start to see the pandanus trees and stuff like that. We'll go have a little look in that hole there, but yeah, dare say he might not be in there, he might be, but that sort of leads out to the ocean there. So whether he comes up here and hangs out in here for a little bit and then makes his way back out, but you know, he's walked a fair old way and he hasn't swam. Like you can see where he's actually like had to walk over this dry little bit of sand here. So yeah, hopefully don't run into him too close. No way. You're kidding me. Look at that. It's a glass float. Got little, I don't know, pretty sure these are all Japanese. That's a little stamp on it. That is epic. Wow. It's got a little bit of a crack there, but it's not coming through this side. Huh. That's that little sort of waterway I was talking about before. It's just literally up here in the middle of nowhere. That is sick. Wow. I'm stoked with that. Yeah. Pretty decent sized float. I don't really know the backstory of these. The only time I've seen was up in Papua New Guinea when we were up there doing one of the boats I worked on, but I'm pretty sure they used to be used for like pearl farms and stuff. Obviously don't use them now. Plastic become a lot more sort of available and probably a bit easier, cheaper I guess, but yeah. So stoked for that. That's so sick. Marlo's done his own treasure hunting. What do you got? Oh, he doesn't want to share either. So yeah, mission success. I was bloody not expecting that. I don't know. Never really know what you're going to find, I guess, when you're going for a beachcomb, but that is like probably one of the absolute top things I could have wished to have found today. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, just get back to the tinny now and we head back towards the boat and wait for a bit of tide to Savo. There's a bit of a creek in front of the anchorage that looks like it's got a bit of, maybe a freshwater little hole at the back of it. Might be out of a dip if it's shallow enough and can sort of see, or I'll just suss it out when I get there. But yeah, might go for a little fish. It's pretty doomy and gloomy today, but it's still not too bad to get out for a fish. Some of the points and stuff, so yeah, see how we go. But yeah, oh, it floats. That is so cool. So just walking up this little riverbed, but yeah, she's pretty dry. It is definitely not the right time of year to be finding fresh water. It's sort of too long after the wet, and well, yeah, still haven't had any rain yet, so this is pretty much what's left over. Tiny little puddles. But we'll go for a walk anyway. It's nice and easy walking. There's another sort of way we can go as well, which you go check out. So just walking up this little creek bed now. But yeah, it's all very, very dry. There's a little bit of water back there. But yeah, I'm not really expecting to see a whole lot, but it's kind of cool. It's like really, like perfectly straight. Goes out that way. Worth the explore anyway. Well, I may be wrong. Just found this little pool, which I don't know, it's probably only about 5 foot deep, maybe 4 foot deep. But yeah, still looks pretty nice. Even though it's not flowing, there's still water leaching out over there, which to me indicates that it still is moving. Even though it's not flowing over the top of those rocks, I think it leaches through here, so yeah. Might dip the head in, have a little cool off. Oh, there you go. I wasn't expecting much. After we walked the first bit, I was like, nah, it's dry as. But yeah, it turned out to be a nice little swimming hole. Have to have a little dip. cool off a bit. But yeah, probably head back to the tinny now and head back out to the boat, I reckon. So I seen as I was coming in the creek, you can probably see up there the top of it, well, it's a coconut tree. So, I mean, not that out of the ordinary, but around here you don't really see that many. So, see how we go. Gonna take the spear, see if I can get a few down. Be good. Look at those. Yes, please. Beautiful. Couple coconuts. What do you reckon, mate? Cool. So yeah, there we are. Little lavo. Just gonna pull up, smash a coconut, have a beer or two, and yeah, just enjoy it. Alrighty, so yeah, a bit of an update. It's been a slow couple of days. We've had a lot of wind, so haven't been able to get out in the tinny much, and even when we have, it's been really hard to sort of film, obviously with how much wind we've got around. But nonetheless, we've sort of been making our way sort of south down the island chain that we're at the moment, and yeah, sort of getting to a spot now that we sort of can set off from tomorrow when we do get some nice weather to start making our way back to Gove. So that was all good till this morning when we come back from our little morning walk. I went to go turn the key over and I had absolutely nothing. This is our little engine that powers our boat. It's a little 20 horsepower Yamaha high thrust, which usually does a really good job, but what I have noticed is that the cable control that controls the gear shifting on this motor is actually fully like rusted through and sort of popped out there. So essentially it hasn't snapped. It's just not, yeah, it can't really control like the in and out of gear anymore. So essentially the motor was sort of stuck in gear, which then made it sort of not turn over, sort of telling it that it's in gear, so you can't actually start it. But that's all right. We managed to muck around with it enough, pushed it back and forth, and ended up pull starting it. So I can get it going, but I haven't got any reverse or neutral, so it's sort of like, it's on, we're going. So yeah, I think with that, we're going to start making our way back. Obviously, this was our weather window anyway, but yeah, it's sort of definitely time to head back now and probably get back a few days up our sleeve till Quinny gets there. So there's always plenty of stuff to do on a boat, but yeah, hopefully get a bit of stuff knocked over that I've been on the to-do list for a while. So anyway, that's the end of this video. Cheers for watching again. I know it's been a little bit all over the shot. Well, it feels that way anyway, but yeah, it was great to get up here and have a little bit of a look around. So yeah, hopefully when I get Quinny on, and this is sort of like one of our last legs now till we get to Darwin, so hopefully we can get some good videos when we get up here again and do a little bit more, hopefully out in the tinny and a bit more fishing orientated. But yeah, always playing it by ear. I guess that's just how you have to be out here. But yeah, nonetheless, cheers guys, have a good one.